everybody, and welcome back to another video for Ninja Turtle Week. Yeah, pizza party cowabunga radical time. Yeah, I know that was just a little bit forced, but whatever. I'm doing so many of these things. There's only so many things I can say. But tonight we're going to do the rewatch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the reboot. I can't remember too much about this one at this point. I remember having a real issue with how Splinter learned ninjutsu being my biggest problem with this film. The design of the turtles I wasn't as upset with as most people, but it is a little weird. I did not mind Megan Fox as April O'Neil, although she didn't have a whole lot to do, even though it was kind of really more her movie, I guess, from my memory. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while. I liked Will Arnett in it. I thought that was a nice little fun addition. Again, this is from memory. I could be wrong after I rewatch it, and my opinions may change. But you know, I mean, I do remember they really nailed the personality of the turtles and the chemistry between the four of them. So that was like kind of the one saving grace, and I think the reason this movie actually did well. And I think that's why, even though a lot of people were crying, you know, that they are ruining our childhood with this movie when it came out, they all shut up afterwards, because they're like, well, no, they still got the turtles right. The kids are going to get the right impression. This new generation is going to get the right impression of what the Ninja Turtles are all about. So unlike some other reboots that are coming on where the kids are not going to get the right impression at all, but that's a topic for different videos that you will see, I'm sure, very soon. But yeah, so it's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the sequel in a couple days, by the time I'm shooting this anyways. And also, I want to let you know I'm maybe doing something a little different with this. You can maybe hold me to this and maybe not, but I might be doing an additional drunken movie night this weekend for you guys, and I might actually get drunk while I do this one. And so when I come back in the recap, I may be quite a bit inebriated, or I may wait and recap it tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on what I'm going to do, because there's a lot of changes in my schedule right now. I'm doing a lot of things on the fly right now for this week, because I came up with some really cool ideas that I wish I'd thought of sooner, so I could have done them sooner for you guys. But some things may happen, some things may not. If you saw my vlog, things may shift around from what I had told you would be happening in there. But a lot of stuff is ready, and a lot of stuff is good, and this is one of them, I'm hoping, and I'm excited to go watch this movie, and I think I'm just going to do that, right? So let's watch. Okay, well, there you have it. So, mixed feelings, really, about this movie, although they were re-clarified during this rewatch. I think this might have been only the second time I've ever actually watched this movie. And, you know, I mean, it starts off pretty well in the beginning, and I try to be forgiving and with expectations lowered. I know what to expect. But honestly, I ended up having some real problems with it. You can tell where there were reshoots and, you know, they're tampering with the story, and even in the tamperings, they didn't get things right. I have to agree that it really kind of is April O'Neil's movie more than the Turtles. They do get at least Mikey and Raph, their personalities really right. I don't think they got Leonardo and Donatello as right as I remember originally thinking they did, but I've been a little bit more spoiled by the modern cartoon since then, so I don't know. I know they'll probably fix that for the new movie. You know, I did really like Will Arnett. The action scenes are pretty good. There's not a lot of them, I don't really think, but you know, I think they could have done a little more with Karai, but we'll see how much further they go. The CG's not really good at all, and I'm not very picky about that, but there's some scenes when you see the turtles with actual humans that it just looks really, really bad. So, you know, that part is bothersome, but and then, you know, I don't know why, but I got to giggling because Eric Sachs kept sounding like Eric Sex, you know, the sex building and all this stuff. So, you know, that was kind of making me laugh. Granted, I was really drinking during that one. Let's see, what else? Definitely, Splinter learning ninjutsu from a book is still absolutely ridiculous. I don't really like the portrayal of Splinter in this. Something about his voice and stuff is off. I can kind of be okay with the idea that they were April's pets, but at the same time, it seems a little shoehorned. They were called box turtles. Mary told me they're not box turtles. She knows more than I do. I don't know. I just thought that was, you know, another interesting faux pas. I don't know that the science of taking the blood and then pumping adrenaline so they can break through the plexiglass then shatters like regular glass, that whole thing was kind of silly. But Mikey was really funny. I did laugh pretty much every time at Mikey, even though there are definitely some kind of gross, disturbing things in there where he hints sexually towards April. It's a little bit weird. Whoopi Goldberg was a lot of fun, I guess. I don't know. She didn't really add anything to the movie. I just had fun saying Whoopi Goldberg. Let's see, what else? There was some other cool stuff, though. Casey Jones wasn't in this movie. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I've watched so many goddamn Ninja Turtle things this week. They're all starting to blur together. And I got one more big thing to watch, but Casey Jones will be in that, so I'm excited for that. Let's see. So Megan Fox, you know, I mean, she's good in this movie. She's not great. She's not terrible, but you know, she's doing what she could with what she was given. Johnny Knoxville as Leonardo, the voice. I don't know. I remember liking that originally, but I don't like it so much now. It just didn't work for me as well, I don't think. But you know, what can you do? Shredder. The Shredder is actually kind of cool out of the suit. I like the guy they had playing him, although I think they should have kept him in shadows more and longer than they did. The suit itself doesn't look terrible, except for like the mechanized additions that make him look too bulky and stuff. I kind of got used to the mask and kind of liked that. He had way too many blades. Like, they just took that whole thing way over the top, that, you know, it's just shooting blades left and right and everything. Of course, we have the same ending as Spider-Man 2. I can't remember which one, or The Amazing Spider-Man. I can't remember which one actually came first. But I mean, it's okay that stories are often similar because that's what happens in storytelling, but these were like practically identical endings. And then the whole thing, like the turtles all get knocked off the building and they hang off the ledge and come back, but then they knock Shredder off the building and they're surprised that he was hanging off the ledge and came back. You know, so that was kind of silly. The whole Buck thing, it didn't bother me the first time. This time it bothered me because it's so contrived, and actually watching it in action, I don't really feel like that would have been effective at all. I'm not sure why that's what bested the Shredder. I'm not sure why them falling in the tower at the end, why they didn't die, or at least why April didn't die. They didn't really clarify that very well. I guess you're just supposed to accept it and go with it. You know, but I don't know. The bulletproof thing is weird, although maybe that's set up. Maybe that's why the Foot start using ninja weapons in the future, so they can actually maybe penetrate with stabs or something. I don't know, but that's kind of strange. But already I didn't like the idea of the Foot soldiers being mercenaries with machine guns instead of ninjas with swords and other weapons. Because I always thought that was a lot cooler. And then the whole idea that Shredder's thing is, you know, I don't want the Foot Clan to be thought of as a myth. I want them to know and fear us. It's like, no, you're a ninja organization. You're supposed to be thought of as a myth. That way they can't stop you. No one believes you exist, so they don't even try to stop you until you've already won. But, you know, so I thought that was kind of bad writing in that sense. It's a long time into the movie before the turtles are truly introduced. You get that little bit of Raph early, you know, at the docks, and I don't know about him painting his vigilante symbol everywhere. That was kind of a strange decision. They did kind of sell the idea of them as brothers a little bit more, that, you know, the brothers feuding, the brothers fighting and picking on each other. That's probably a little stronger than I've seen it in other iterations. You know, nothing to really hate about the turtles. They're a little too much stuff. I don't necessarily like that Donatello wears glasses. I get it, he's the nerdy geek, but, you know, I mean, I don't know, that just seems really weird to me. And that they would find something that comes close to working for his eyes is also very, very weird to me. But, you know, that's what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah. Music, the score was pretty good. I remember the score being pretty good. The opening title sequence is pretty cool, the way it's kind of like a motion comic graphic novel that you're flying through. I thought that was actually pretty nice. I think there was a shot that is straight out of the 80s comics of the four turtles coming down off a building with the moon behind them. I'm hoping I'm not blurring that together with something else. I watched the movie last night, so sorry. But I also did it as a drunk watch that hopefully I will have out for you this weekend. So, you know, so that's why I'm a little late to doing this. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it, you know. The whole Eric Sachs thing is Splinter's pupil, but he can't fight for shit. That's kind of like, what? No. I don't know about why they have all the metal, like, fence doors that drop in the middle of the sewer so Splinter can keep the turtles from coming after him to save him from Shredder. That seemed kind of weird and kind of contrived. Yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, I didn't remember it being a great movie, but I remembered it being a better movie than it actually was. So, you know, I might not have been one of the major haters initially, but now I really understand the hate a lot more for that one. Not necessarily hate. I don't like to hate anything, but I can understand the dislike and the disappointment in it for sure. And hopefully they've corrected a lot of those issues in this new movie. I know they're definitely going to play more towards the fans of the 80s cartoon, so that's going to be a fun thing that works for me. So we'll see how that goes. But so there you go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this movie as bad as you remember it? Is it better than you remember it? Did you rewatch it before seeing the new one? Let's talk about it down in the comments. Let's geek out together. What was the best part? What was the worst part? Did you like the turtles? Did you not? Was Mikey making you laugh like he was making me laugh? Can you watch the movie now without ever thinking Eric Sex every time instead of Eric Sachs? Hopefully I've kind of warped your world with that one. I don't know. Let's talk about all this stuff down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you want to encourage me to do more, give me the thumbs thumbs up of encouragement, because that's how you encourage me to do more. You want to see the more I do, and this is your first time and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so that you can see all the cool geeky fun we do here every single day, and share with your friends so they can see all this fun too, and we can all geek out together and just build this awesome nerdy community where we just talk about all the cool shit the way we want to talk about it. So, all right, guys, well, I'm gonna get on out of here. Ninja Turtle Week is almost over, but it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed rewatching all this. Hopefully, you've enjoyed re-experiencing it with me as well. And I guess we'll see what happens in the future, and I will see you guys later.